This is what some people say had to be done to cut costs.
Care about the Texas floods, you need to hear the news that the New York Times just broke, because we learned yesterday that the National Weather Service's forecasts were not to blame. No weather balloon launches were missed. Forecasts did predict heavy rain, and notifications of flooding were given hours in advance. The issue was that the warnings went out in the middle of the night. Someone has to get the information and act on it. Someone with a job title of, I don't know, how about a warning coordination meteorologist, which is the name of one of the empty positions in the National Weather Service's San Antonio field office. Why is it vacant, you might ask? This position, which, and I quote, is meant to work with local emergency managers to plan for floods, including when and how to warn local residents and help them evacuate. This position has been vacant since April 30th because the person who was in that job took Trump's early retirement package. Now, that's the San Antonio office, which covers a much larger downstream area from where the major flooding occurred. San Angelo office, which covers Kerr County, was missing a senior hydrologist, staff forecaster, and meteorologist in charge. Overall, between the two offices covering the flood area, the job vacancy rate is double what it was when Trump took office. This all points at a much larger issue that Trump and his MAGA cult just do not understand. Yes, it is annoying that we live in a world with frustrating, unpredictable problems. And yes, it is expensive to deal with those frustrating and unpredictable problems. But it's the reality we live in, even if it's a reality that Trump is incapable of facing. Because what we're seeing right now is the consequence of his ignorant, naive fantasy, where he can fix everything faster than anyone else, where he can make everything better than anyone else, and where he can do everything cheaper than anyone else. And the best news is, it only takes 2 weeks. Sorry, America, but that's con man shit. And 75 million Americans played the role of the mark.
So I went and I checked on that position he was talking about and the positions in the various places he was talking about. And yeah, people taking early retirement, taking those deals that Trump laid out there, and now they're sitting vacant for the last couple of months. So, okay, listen. In every single tragedy, you have to learn what the mistakes are and then what not to do. Can we not admit that if you don't have people on the ground that are capable of taking the warnings coming from the federal level and disseminating it out to the people within the community that they're entrusted to be the person to get the message out to, if there's nobody there to do that, then that's a problem in the system, right? Warning goes out, nobody on the ground to get it out to the people. The people, quite literally in some cases, lay there sleeping in their tents. When insanely high flash flood waters comes through and takes them out because there's no warning. Can we admit that that's a problem? Can we admit that, once again, if Texas has the money to send migrants to Martha's Vineyard on private jets, or if Texas has money, or the federal government has money to put razor wire on buoys in the Rio Grande, then surely there's money to have somebody sitting in a position to disseminate life-threatening, urgent weather information to people in rural parts of a fucking state that voted for you. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it.